coming into this 9th-place final match, we've got Mauritius taking on Burkina Faso. Both of them winning their matches against Egypt and Ivory Coast to get into this 9th-place final.
They are looking for their first wins. Mauritius had previous wins, therefore they're looking to close strongly, and they have all to play for. They have looked the better side between the two on the scoreboard at least, and they are quick off the races here, looking for support. Identify that she will not get there. That's a high shot. It's a high shot, and once there has a break in play, I'm sure there'll be sanctions for that. Yeah, it's a penalty to Mauritius.
Yes, it is. That was a very strong run, about 15 meters all by herself, but she didn't make it all the way to the try box. But Mauritius still have the ball and are looking to score. Got a yellow card there for Burkina Faso for that high tackle, but Mauritius managed to land a try from that and from the one-man advantage.
Yeah, Mila Venkia going over for Mauritius. Quick off the blocks here within the first 1.5 minutes of this match. They register their first points. Mauritius won that semi-finals 22-7 against Egypt. Burkina Faso with that sudden death victory over Cote d'Ivoire. Give them an opportunity to contest for these 9th-place finals.
However, something to note just as the conversion is being taken, this is the same indiscipline we saw in that match with Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire. There were lots of yellow cards in that game.
Oh yeah, that was one match that was littered with yellow cards. It was an eventful match in that aspect. But you see here, pulling in, drawing in man, then they had numbers to burn out wide. It was just a walk in the park into the try box.
Yes, just using that extra man advantage or extra woman advantage.
Yeah, tends to happen a lot when we are on commentary. But that restart going deep, Mauritius trusting in their defense setup and pinning Burkina Faso back into their own 22. Burkina Faso have to be very good with ball handling, and as we say so, going to knock it on Lilian Some.
Just catching a case of the commentator's curse there.
Yeah, but Mauritius doing well, pinning Burkina Faso back and telling Burkina Faso, trust in your ball handling and passing skills to get yourselves out of your red zone. And they get an instant reward because it's knocked on by Lilian Some, and Mauritius now have a ball in hand with good territory to work with.
Yes, they do, and they still have a one-woman advantage, so they're looking to use this and get more points on the board. Mauritius with the ball out. Got a man on the outside, but pressure from Burkina Faso forces the knock-on. And now Burkina Faso are back to full complement with their 7 players.
Yeah, good spell for Mauritius getting a try there. Still enjoying territory. Burkina Faso now have to work hard to ensure that they can be able to utilize this ball. Do they use their boots to get out of the red zone, or do they trust in their passing skills and running evasive skills? That looked like a forward pass. The referee says play on.
Yes, that came from Mauritus, who actually was the lady in the sin bin. So I think she's looking to redeem herself after, letting her team down and going and getting her yellow card.
Oh my, just knocking it on and giving the ball back to Mauritius. Will this be a try? The referee has to consult with the assistant referee just to see what happened there. But that loose pass, not really loose, but the reception of it, and then knocking it on, and then gifting it to Sabine Marini. Sabine Marini goes in. I think that's a try, is it?
Looks like it is a try.
The referee is still consulting.
Yes.
Could be a penalty try. Not sure what the referee has called there.
Waiting to see the referee's signal.
Yeah, I think that was... let's watch and see. Was this yeah, that's a penalty try for sure.
Yes.
Impeded. Oh, wow. We'll have to watch a couple of replays. But in that first play, they impeded Sabine Marigny from scoring. I think that's a penalty try. And then there's also a yellow card granted to Mauritius player number 9, Abi Souza. I think there must have been an off-the-ball incident that caused her to be yellow carded, and yeah, a bit of a mix-up. Yeah, we were wondering what's happening. You can't get a penalty try and then get a yellow card.
You'd wonder what would have happened.
Yeah. I mean, good call from the referee there to cancel that yellow card.
Mauritius with the ball. Ooh, the ball not going 10, something we've seen a couple of times actually from kickoff in this tournament.
Yeah.
I think maybe just losing a little bit of concentration going into that kick. Burkina Faso with a quick tap, looking to take the ball out to the wing and looking to run out wide. Oof, a little tip of the head, but she gets away with it. Yes, goes into contact. Burkina Faso still with the ball. Oh, they lost the ball on the ground there. Ball turnover to Mauritius just in their 22. Knock on from Burkina Faso.
Yeah, Lilian Some had her hair tagged, just missed by the referee, but that's really dangerous play. You know, the neck area is a very soft area, and any yanking of the head against a player who is moving at pace is really risky. That's why it's a no-go zone.
Yes, however, I think what the referee may have seen, you know, as a woman who played the sport before, is when you have long hair, it is upon you to make sure that it is tied and out of the way. If someone comes to tackle you and they are within the safe tackling range and happen to catch onto your hair, then the referee may let it go because your hair is in the way of the tackle.
Right. Thanks, Davin, for that. Just learning about that today. But that's a good idea on how the refereeing is such a tricky area, because players have those guidelines to work with. Some follow it, some don't, but it's really at your own risk.
Yes, referee had her hand up for advantage, but decides no advantage to Mauritius for the high tackle. Mauritian ladies taking the ball, looking to take it out wide. Oof. But you see a slight knock on there going into the half. That is Mauritius ladies ahead and Burkina Faso failing to get any points on the board.
Yeah, we're going to the break here. Mauritius comfortably in the lead, 12-0. We look forward to the next 7 minutes. Yeah.
Coming back into the second half where Mauritius leads this game 12-0. Burkina Faso trailing. Ball bounces, unlucky bounce for Burkina Faso. Mauritius ladies get that ball, they're running out wide. She takes it into contact, goes down for the ruck. Quick recycling of the ball, they've got numbers out wide, spread themselves out nicely on the pitch. Gives that little short ball and the little offload. Run out wide, will she get caught? Yes, that's the 11. That is Sabine Demarini getting caught out wide, but she manages to stay on the pitch.
Yeah, good face of play, good start for the second half for Mauritius, looking to pick from where they finished in the first. They have numbers 2v1, gets into the gap of loads. This should be a walk-in try from Selena Maigrot. Selena Maigrot stretching Mauritius' lead further by another 5 points.
I know the Burkina Faso ladies won't be happy about this. Stallon's just looking on. You can see the bench, you know, hands on their cheeks or fists on their cheeks, just looking out. Yeah. No advice so far for the ladies who are on the pitch, but Burkina Faso are looking to make a substitute, maybe a pair of fresh legs. You know, maybe she'll get to see something that the players on the pitch don't.
I think what successful conversion there, good going from Mauritius. What Burkina Faso are struggling with is they have possession, but the execution of ball in hand does not match that spell of possession. On the contrary, on the converse, when you look at Mauritius, whenever they have ball in hand, you see them trying to manipulate the defense. Their passes are crisp, and their running lines, they understand what they're doing and what they're building. And that, I think, is the difference that leads to this huge score of 19-0.
Yeah, definitely. The Burkina Faso Sevens ladies team is looking to bring on number 5, Aisha Sura. Looks very sturdy, very tall lady. Maybe she'll make a difference. Burkina Faso playing from deep, actually in their try box, trying to get that ball out. They managed to get the ball out, but the Mauritius ladies are not making it easy for them.
Yeah, one of the few teams I've seen that have been in the try box and carrying it out successfully. I mean, that's their strength also, the strength that they do have. Try being given there, but looked like there was a knock on both sides. We'll wait for the replay. Nonetheless, the referee awards that try to Juliana Falbaire. Yeah, and they look to convert this one, but look at that one. Just a knock on fast from Burkina Faso, and I think it was off the foot, and they're able to score. Now clear daylight between the two teams, Damin.
Yeah, the Mauritians are making sure that they make use of all balls, whether it's our ball, whether it's your ball. We're going to get a try out of it. They're doing very well in this game. Mauritius with the kickoff, hoping this one goes 10. We've had a couple of kicks that don't go, cross the 10-meter line. And she makes no mistake, gets this one over. But Burkina Faso allow that bounce and run closer to their try box. Little offload there. Burkina Faso taking it into contact, consolidating that ruck, and they're looking to run this ball out of their 22.
Yeah, playing 6 against 7 at the moment. Burkina Faso with 6 players just standing on the touchline waiting to come back in. The full complement of 7. Now they're struggling to just get themselves out of their red zone. But Mauritius very strong on defense, pinning Burkina Faso back in their own half. It's really very belabored play from Burkina Faso, struggling and looking for that space, and that offload being knocked on.
Yeah, unfortunate, just a little basketball pass over the head there, but, forced knock-on, or I just say under pressure knock-on, but that would have been an easy ball for, her to catch and run out wide. Unfortunately for Burkina Faso, things don't seem to be going their way in this game, and we've got just under 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah, Tinin Dembele, number 9, coming in together with Fatimata Yonu, coming in to just bolster Mauritius' lineup. However, they are trailing with 2 minutes remaining. I think they'll just want to, Burkina Faso, they'll want to ensure that they have something on the board. That solitary win against Cote d'Ivoire, one of the longest matches we had, courtesy of just medical breaks and those yellow cards, all to show for Burkina Faso. But they will want another try here.
Yeah, Juliana de Falbert taking that ball in. That was the number 5, a very strong, carry from her, and then they took the ball out wide. Now coming back to this other side of the pitch, you can see the Mauritius ladies trying to spread that ball and spread that Burkina Faso defense thin. They've got 3 versus 1, and they use the support. That is the number 11, Sabine Demagrini, going in for the try, for a very easy try for the Mauritius ladies.
Yeah, Sabine Demagrini has a really fantastic rugby brain in her. Always positioning herself well, always running the correct support lines. No wonder she has several tries to her name. Burkina Faso just losing interest in this one. This is their 9th place finals, and they are getting pumped. 29 points.
They've done well to, pile on the points against Burkina Faso. I know that the Mauritian ladies will be very happy, and the tech bench, after this tournament. Going out of a tournament with a win, having your last game as a win just helps, when you're looking back to the tournament, because this is your last memory of the tournament.
Yeah, a lot that they will look up and see what to work with. And they go into this one. Mauritius looking very solid, one of their biggest scores in this tournament.
Yes, Sabine Demagrini with that kickoff, which Burkina Faso, unfortunately, for them, knock on, which is something that we've seen, in their matches. Unfortunately, their ball handling hasn't been as good as they'd have wanted it to be.
Yeah, we are now just about to see the end of this match. Mauritius still looking to pile more misery on the Burkinabes. Put the ball in, taking time just to ensure they load it out wide. Ball goes to deck but travels backwards. So it becomes a foot race here. Cleaning out her opponent, going all the way to close this one comfortably. Shot number 7, Olivia Harrell, putting the icing on the cake for Mauritius, closing strongly here. Fantastic piece of play. It was all pure pace in this one.
Yes, Olivia Harrell just putting the nail on the coffin, and that will wrap it up for them in this game. Still got the kick to go before the game ends, but also game's not over until the referee whistle blows.
And I think Burkina Faso would want that to come sooner rather than later. It has been a tough outing for them. Barring that one win against Cote d'Ivoire, it's been a tough outing for them. Shipping in yesterday more than 100 points. And then in this particular match, going down against Mauritius in the 9th place final, losing it 34-0. And with that, Mauritius walk away with this. And we move on to the next one. That will be after a break, a short break. Ghana taking on Zimbabwe.